While Lisbon might be the most visited city in Portugal, Porto might just have the best food. And we're here today to do a full Porto Food Tour. First up is the famous Cachorrinho at Cervejaria Gazela, one of the best places to eat in all of Porto. Cervejaria Gazela has been around for over 50 years and serves up over 300 cachorrinhos a day. The cachorrinho is a grilled sausage with melted cheese on a crispy baguette that's brushed with butter and a delicious spicy sauce. This is also a place where Anthony Bourdain stopped when he was in Porto. So here I got the cachorrinho, which is a hot dog with cheese, and it's all cut up here in different pieces, just a nice little snack. Has a general hot dog like taste, but I would say a little bit better. The cheese, melted cheese on here is really good, and then the bread with the sauce they put on here is absolutely delicious. So next up, we're doing something we almost never do when traveling, and that's headed to a McDonald's. And that's because in Porto, they're supposed to have one of the most beautiful McDonald's in the whole world. Couldn't stop at the most beautiful McDonald's in the world, allegedly, without getting something. So I got a beer, because why not, at a McDonald's, and small fries. It tastes the same as they do back home, but it definitely is a beautiful McDonald's. Next up on this Porto food tour is perhaps the most famous dish in all of Porto, the francesinha. And there's no better place to have it than Café Santiago, which was founded in 1959. The francesinha was first invented in the 1950s by a man named Daniel Silva. In France, he was inspired by the croque monsieur, and when he came back to Portugal, he put his own twist on it and gave it the taste and flavors of northern Portugal. This Porto classic and beast of a sandwich is made of bread, ham, steak, sausage, and melted cheese on top, while being covered in a spiced tomato and beer sauce. Alright, so I got the francesinha here, something really famous from Portugal and from Porto. This is a piece of the sandwich. It's huge. It's filled with like 4 different types of meat, cheese, and then covered in cheese. Well, you get the cheese, the bread, the ham, the steak. I don't even know if there's any vegetables in this. It doesn't taste like it. It doesn't taste super healthy, but it's pretty good with the combination. I don't know if I'm going to even be able to finish this, but it's definitely a sandwich from Porto that you should get when you're here. The sauce itself is pretty good. It has a little kick to it. Let me take a second bite, try to make sure I get everything in it. A messy bite. That's good. My favorite part that I can really taste through all of it is the steak. It has like a distinct garlic taste on it. I probably have the sauce all over my mouth. But it's pretty good, especially with that like thick white bread and the cheese and the steak. It's really good. If you're visiting Porto and vegan, don't worry at all, because you won't miss out on the francesinha. At Kind Kitchen, they have a phenomenal vegan francesinha that you can try so you don't miss out on this local classic. Across the Douro River from the center of Porto are all the wineries, and no Porto Food Tour would be complete without trying some famous port wine. Sandeman is one of the historic wineries here in Porto, and for 19 euros you get a 30-minute tour as well as a wine tasting, where you can try 3 different types of port wine, each with their unique blend of flavors, from a more tropical white, to the vanilla dry tawny, to the rich, complex, fruity vintage blend. While port wine might not be for everyone, it's a must-try when visiting Porto, but after all this wine, it's time for some more food. Which brings us to the next stop on this Porto food tour. So I am going back a second time to Cervejaria Gazella, and this time to have their famous prego sandwich, which is a garlicky steak on a bun. It's supposed to be like the bifana we had in the Lisbon video, and we're gonna see how it is. The prego is a sandwich made with a garlicky beef on a floury bun, but this one at Gazella had 2 thin slices of ham as well as some cheese on it. While this is traditionally eaten after a large seafood meal, I'm gonna try it on its own. I'm in Cervejaria Gazella. I got the prego sandwich here. See here? It's absolutely delicious. Ham, steak, cheese, delicious bread. Got some garlic peppery flavor in the steak, mixed with that ham and cheese. A ton of meat, but it's delicious. Absolutely wonderful. Highly recommend coming here when you come to Porto. And now on to one more stop, Casa Loro. We happened to be wandering past this place and saw it looked like our favorite type of bar, an old man bar, so we had to check it out. Plus on the inside, it was covered in the local soccer team FC Porto's gear, so you knew it was good. All right, we stopped in one more bar to get sardines here, so they're just these little fried sardines. So do you eat the whole thing? It's really fishy. It's pretty good, you can taste the fried. Not my favorite dish here, but a traditional one. And they have this really thick, chewy, like sourdough or rye bread to go with it that you can only get here in Porto or just next to it. And that's really good. I recommend trying these out when you're here. And while you're at our channel, make sure to subscribe as well as check out our other videos that are right here, and we'll see you over there. Bye.